Good morning and welcome to the fifth quarter, Arizona. My name is Danny Neal, and today is the Championship Friday. Today, my co-host is a man that knows everything about Flagstaff sports. Flagstaff, Coconino, Sonawa, MP, does not matter. And I shouldn't say Flagstaff, Northern Arizona sports, the man that knows it all. My guy, Mr. Russel Woods. How you doing, Russell?
I'm doing excellent. I'm not doing as good as you guys are today, but I'm doing a whole lot better than I was a few days ago.
Well, we know you were under the weather. You were in the hospital a little while, and so how you doing now, man? You doing okay?
I'm still a little tender, but I'm up and walking around, and I'm blessed. I have a wife that's taking care of me. I got
Mhm.
a kid that's working my nerves. So yeah, I'm living a good life.
Well, that's all right, man. That is all right. So, we know we're gonna talk a lot about basketball today, but
Mm.
as far as softball, baseball, track, what else is going on in this town right now, man?
Well, it's been tough for the baseball and softball teams to fit their games in. Of course, everyone's having trouble with weather all over the state, even down here in Phoenix when fields were waterlogged. But uh, all our teams are doing well. Let me see what I got here. Uh, Coconino baseball starting off with a 2-2 record. Back on Tuesday, they beat Thunderbird 1-0. Uh, Great pitching duel. Connor Callahan had 6 innings with 9 strikeouts for the win. Uh, Flagstaff baseball, they last played on the 22nd. They beat Greenway 19-2.
Wow, good
Uh,
job.
yeah, it was Heath Lopez went 3 for 3 with 6 RBIs.
Oh wow, six
Mhm.
RBIs.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, Coconino softball, their last outing was also at Thunderbird on the 28th. They clobbered the Titans 24-1. Lisa Faulkner went 3 of 5, 5 RBIs and a home run.
Hmm.
Cody Lynn Watkins 2 for 3, 4 RBIs and a home run herself. And Eagles softball, they beat Moon Valley 13-1. I don't have a box score for that one, but all four of our bat and ball teams are off to a strong start.
Well, congratulations to all of them. And I know last night, Coach Ray Hernandez brought his whole softball team to the state tournament game last night to
Yeah.
root us on. That was nice. And shout out to all of our area schools for, hey, man, this is a great sports year in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
We just got to get behind them and, push them and support all of them now. That's the thing to do.
Hmm.
So that's good stuff, man. But you know, we just know that there's a lot of good things going on in town right now. Has there been any signings or anything that you know of as far as that goes?
Oh, I was told of one, but I can't say nothing about it until present company is informed about it. Um, I've been posting on Flag Coco. I yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't prepared for that question, but a kid from Coconino softball signed,
Hmm.
and I know there's gonna be a rush between now and the end of the year, and I'm gonna try to keep up with that. And
Hmm.
in May, we're gonna have the 8th annual Flag Coco Spirit Awards.
I was
So
just going
hopefully
to
we
bring
have
that up.
so hopefully we have some of those kids that have been playing multiple sports and doing our hometown proud. Have some of those kids put a plaque in their hand and give them a steak dinner and a little more exposure and show the rest of the state what Flagstaff has to offer.
Well, that's all right, man. And Flagstaff has a lot to offer right now. We've got a lot of great athletes in this town, a lot of great coaches in this town, and more importantly than that, a lot of support from all the parents and all the fans and the student bodies, and
Yes,
it's just incredible to watch at all schools.
yeah.
The
When I
support that
start,
these kids are getting.
when I started flying Coco, the Lady Eagles always had their traveling fans, but the other programs were slow to catch on. Winning has a little bit to do with that, but also just getting the word out. Now we're full blown social media, and
Mhm.
I think the Daily Sun and the guys from CAF, Dave Zorn, Reggie
Mhm.
Eccleston, you know, getting that out
Bubba's
there
up there.
every single day that we've got these great teams and great coaches and great players. The more we talk about it amongst ourselves, it's gonna grow, around the
Right.
rest of the state. Eventually the rest of Arizona is gonna figure out that we've got something we got something special here.
Mhm. Yeah, well, and we really do, man. We really do, and just seeing how the kids intertwine with each other. You sit here, you go to Flag High Coconino basketball game, and you see, um, even after the game, the Flag High and Coconino girls walking together and talking,
Hmm.
and the boys, and so I know a lot of the Flag High Coconino boys played travel ball together this past summer. So I mean, just the camaraderie within the schools, and then to go out and compete hard. Um,
Yeah,
really get at each other. That's special, man. We don't
yeah,
get that in the valley with all these 5,000 schools and things like that.
yeah. They're all over the place, and in in Phoenix, parents try to slot their kids into advantages.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the hot coach, what's the hot team, and try to get them in there. Whereas it's a melting pot in Flagstaff. These kids have been playing with and against each other since they were toddlers. So
Right.
they've known by the time they get to the varsity level, they've already competed with and against each other for 5, 6,
Right.
7, 8 years.
Right.
And so it's
Against
something.
and with each other.
Yeah, yeah. It's something that it's not going to go away because Flagstaff is so remote.
Mm-hmm.
We're this little island. Maybe something will happen in Prescott. Maybe Cottonwood's got their little thing, but we've always had it in Flagstaff.
Right. And I
Going
don't
back
know if
back going back to your days when you were a kid, when I was a kid.
going back to my
What?
days, good thing Coach Johnson ain't on right now. There'd be a fight.
Hey, I
But
was playing. I was playing in the same youth league that you were coaching back in the 1970s. So yeah, yeah.
yeah,
When
and I
you
don't
and
know.
I were kids doing this.
Yeah, and I don't know if you want to call Flagstaff remote or just special.
Hmm.
This is just a special time with some special people.
Yes.
And that's a great segue into today's guest. Today's guest is a guy who is very, very special. I don't tell him that a lot, and I'm not going to keep telling him that. And but it's a gentleman who, if you see the shirt I'm wearing, it says 4A state champions, Arizona state champions. And that's because if you don't know, now you know. Flagstaff High School Lady Eagles won the 4A state championship last night.
Mhm.
And without further ado, I want to bring on the Grand Canyon Coach of the Year, the 4A state champion coach of the year, the co-host of this show, my friend, the guy that everybody calls coach, and now we know why they call him coach, state champion Tyrone Johnson. Good morning, coach.
Morning, fellas. What's going on?
Hey, what's that behind you, man?
Oh, that thing?
Yeah.
Hey, man, that thing took a long time to travel up this way. So you know what I mean? It's just doing I guess a little traveling stop before it arrives at the high school.
Is that what it's gonna do? It's got to go on this tour.
Yeah, it's a little traveling tour.
Let me have it for one night here.
Sir,
Just
yes,
sit up and look
sir.
at it. You sit up and look at it. But yeah, hey, congratulations, coach, man. It was a special night. It didn't start out that way. Just to start out, tell them what our day was like just getting out of Flagstaff yesterday to try to go compete.
Oh, obviously everybody that's here in Flag understands that we had a good amount of snow that came down. And so, you know, 30. We were scheduled to depart at 1. And so, Miss Brandel, she was coming back from DC. They got stuck down in Phoenix. And so her and I are communicating, and she's letting me know that we need to change our pickup spot from the high school to Walmart. And then she let me know, she's like, the bus can't get out the bus barn. And so we're sitting there, and she's like, they say it's going to be at least an hour, maybe 2. And so now at this point, we're going into scramble mode, like, what are we going to do? How are we going to get out? And they said that they didn't plow. So the bus driver was literally out there with a snowblower trying to blow out this huge path in order for the bus to be able to get out. And so, we girls sat at the high school for a good hour and some change. And then finally the bus got out. We went to Walmart, and that's where we ended up getting picked up and loaded onto the bus. And so, we had a slight delay. The weather tried to hold us back. The plowing tried to hold us back, but we managed to get out of here and get off the mountain.
That's all right. So how you feeling this morning, man?
Man, I'm feeling good. Feeling like I need to get caught up with a lot of stuff at work. I mean, I've been doing work, but then I've also been like, I can wait on this, wait on that. And so, I feel like today I need to dedicate to the city and get caught up on some work, man. But overall, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling appreciative. I'm happy for the girls that,
right,
all their hard work paid off this year.
It really did, man. And you did a great job with them. Deservedly, you got the Grand Canyon Coach of the Year, because I think everybody felt like when Graceland left, it was going to be a rebuilding year for us. But if everybody knows anything about Coach Johnson, they know he doesn't rebuild. He just keeps reloading. He keeps, putting it out there and working hard. And so, kudos to the girls for getting out there and putting in the work they did. And that's the entire team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the thing of it is when you have a player such as Graceland, who can do it all, and she steps away, now some people got to figure some things out. And I felt we had some talented girls coming back. Obviously we got a talented freshman that came in, but girls had to figure out, like, oh, I got to go rebound now. Oh, I got to be able to defend this player. And so I think collectively we picked up some pieces, and Graceland in her class, Bree and all them, they got us to that game. They showed us that, hey, we don't have to stop at the Final Four. They broke that glass ceiling right there to where we can get to a championship game and kind of set the blueprint. This group was able to come in and, get some redemption and finish the job. So that was good.
Right. And you talk about Bree, you talk about Grayson and last year's team, but it was just amazing how going through the corridors after the game last night, and how many ex-Eagle players, Lady Eagle players, were coming up to us, and it wasn't, you guys got it done. It was, we did it. Because all of them, the 17 years, have put in that work and got us to that point. And it's nice that they can claim a piece of this now.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a testament to them and to their belief and to their work. And, they really set the bar, because when I'm going through the goals with this year's team, we want to leave a legacy. And, I think that every girl that came through have left a mark on the program and left a legacy, whether they won a championship or whether they were on one of the many teams that got to the Final Four and didn't quite get over that hump. And so I'm like, well, how do you leave a legacy in a program like this? And they just looked at me and say, win a championship. I say, let's go do it then. If that's how you want to leave your legacy, let's go do it. And so this team definitely left their mark, and it's just a culmination of everything from all the girls who ever participated in the program, is why a lot of these girls were motivated to come to Flag High and continue tradition and create their own legacy.
Right. And I think they did that. And I think, I'm reading the comment here, so I lost my train of thought. But they're sharing in it. They're sharing in it, and they know these girls, and you created a culture of a true family at Flagstaff High School, and it truly showed last night. We had a comment that just came in from Coach Nick Walton.
I figured it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Hey, the gold ball looks really good, Coach. Love it. That comes from Nick Walton, man.
Appreciate it, Coach Walton. Appreciate you and the fellas coming down, you and other coaching staff, and we have fun throughout the year. But I seriously appreciate y'all's support of our program. I think just the whole Flag High coaching team is special, and so appreciate you tuning in this morning, and appreciate you coming down last night.
Russell?
Oh, it's my turn.
Man, you know how we use, man. You got to
I know
in.
how I all too well. You talk about legacy. One of the things I've been pushing on Flag Coco, and I'm sure that some of the things that I push irritate you. You've now got an 18-game home playoff winning streak that goes back over a decade. How's your team able to take the natural advantages of Flagstaff? The altitude and the weather and the cold, and how are you now the best at taking advantage of those things while all the other teams kind of, sometimes they're able to work with them, but over a decade you've been able to take complete advantage and make everything a true home court advantage. How have your girls been able to do that?
Well, let me start off by saying I don't get irritated with what you put down because I don't see a lot of it. When it's brought to my attention, I say, here go Mr. Flag Coco trying to get other teams some chalkboard material. Let's get out here. Let's get out here and handle business. But, when it comes to just our elements, our advantage, 7,000 feet, for us, it's just the way that we work on a daily basis. And, we always emphasize in that, we have to make sure that when we're on the court, there's no doubt who's the hardest working team. And so, it's many a days where the girls are frustrated, upset, but it's a push, and we don't allow for a slack effort. And so if you can make that effort consistently to where it's a top effort, then when it comes to the game, it's fun and it's natural. And so we try and make our elements in practice and competition much tougher than what we'll see in the game. And so then when teams come up here, we're able to we don't have to go to another level. We just play at our level because we're already pushing at a high level every day in practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were also talking about how alumni have been coming back to the program and wishing well, and talking about how we are winning. One of those that keeps coming back is
all right. Looks like Russell froze up there for a minute, but I was interested to hear what he had to say about one of those that keeps coming back, because we have 20, 30 of them coming back.
And then, we also had, of course, the Lady Eagles, but not just the Lady Eagles. We had people that we grew up with, that we was over at Coddale with on the South Side, that we played high school basketball with. I got a group of my college guys that have a thread that was just reaching out. I mean, the support was just tremendous. And, afterwards go up into the crowd and, just some of the cats carrying the ball,
Right.
Like, brought this back to the town, to the hood. I mean,
to the hood, man.
It was fun, man. It was fun just to see everybody that turned out. I got to see people that I haven't seen in a long time, people that I, truly respect. And so it was great that basketball game can bring a community together like that.
And when you talk about generations, one of the coolest things I saw last night was at halftime of the boys' game, they celebrated that 1973, I believe it was, Coconino High School state championship team.
Yeah.
And as we were walking upstairs, all you heard all of a sudden was, hey! It was that whole Coconino 73 team. Just those Giants, there you go, there you go. Then they all came down, was taking pictures with you with the ball, man. And we went from 1973 to 2023, and we still celebrating, man. And so I get excited talking about it now, with the senators and all these guys, man. It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing.
And the most beautiful thing about it is, especially back when they won a championship, you never had anything other than
the Daily
Flag
Sun?
Coco. No, just Flag Coco.
Right.
Now you got more high schools in the mix, And so, but back then, people was like either I'm, red and black, I'm bleeding green, so on and so forth. And, just to see them in their championship polos with, the red, the gray and all that type of stuff, but coming up to the eagle green and giving love. And I mean, it was just cool just to see former champions, getting ready to get there.
Champions meeting champions.
And then there and supporting what we do and happy for us. So again, that was cool.
You back, Russell? Maybe not. But and the beautiful thing about that is they weren't just at championship game. Ray, Synergy, all those guys were at the Final Four game also.
Right.
So it wasn't a situation where, oh, they're celebrating us tonight, so we're going to be at the state championship game, so we'll go early and watch the girls play.
Right.
That wasn't the case. When Ray and Jenny left the gym Tuesday night, last thing he told me was, "I'll see you Thursday." I'll see you Thursday. And everybody who was in that gym Tuesday night was at the Coliseum last night. And to hear the announcers announce the Pueblo Coyotes, Wildcats, I'm sorry, I don't mean disrespect.
It's Warriors, man.
Oh, it's Warriors. Okay. Well, I was looking at their mascot, man. But to hear him announce their name and you hear that, yay, then and the Lady Eagles, you hear that, I mean, once again, Northern Arizona took over the Coliseum.
Yeah, we definitely had the crowd support. We appreciate everybody, getting through the elements and traveling down and just coming and supporting. And look, yeah, there it is. We finally got to take a picture with a banner.
Hey, man. Hey, I've been seeing that for years, and all I want to do is take that picture, man.
hey, look, you're right there. We both in it. And cutting down nets. I mean,
yes.
some teams cut down nets after they win their region championship and everything. We just don't do that because we wanted this moment. And when it comes to this moment, I mean, it's special, unique. That's our girl right there.
That's your dog there.
Man, that's my dog for sure. She had a play that I thought really helped seal the deal when she got that offensive rebound and put back, and then the free throw. I mean, she came through, and she may not have played extended minutes. She played important minutes.
She played quality minutes. She did
her part, and she got the job done. And so, man, just proud of all of them. And I can't see if that's
Mackenzie. That's Big Mac.
That's Big Mac.
And the future's alive with her coming back next year.
And I told Big Mac, next year, let's put in the work, and next year, let's make sure that your presence is felt. And so hopefully she's going to put in that work and have the same confidence in game situations that she has, say, in like our shooting drills, because I think she's developed a lot with her shooting, so on and so forth. She naturally traces the ball and can rebound out to this world. And so we want to put it all together where she has confidence in the game. And when we do that, I think she'll be a key factor to us being able to have another run such as this year.
Right. And, when you look at the seniors we had on the team this year, when you look at Shondine Lancaster, Sage McGay, Bridget Nelson, Joe, Jessica, and Sierra, many goats, it's going to be hard losing them. But the cover's not bare.
Cover's definitely not bare. We appreciate our seniors for sure. Just being in the program, whether they came up as a freshman and was on varsity the whole while, whether they worked their way from freshman to JV to varsity, their impact is always appreciated and felt and tremendous. And so, again, this senior class can look back and say, we brought that home.
That's right. That's right. Hey, point at that again, man. I like the way you did that. Well, yeah, man, and championships mean something, and to see the girls, Susan Buzzer Golf, just to fall out crying with joy, and hugging each other in tears, and we did it finally, and so I think it was just a beautiful night, man, to see how much it meant to everybody to finally get it done. And I'm not going to say there was a monkey on your back because there wasn't. It was a gorilla. but it was. But just the way you consistently kept them going, kept their heads up, kept them playing. And myself at halftime, I didn't say anything, but I kind of knew. Actually, I told Miss Brandon in my heart, hey, this is over. We don't want this. And I wasn't going to say that, but I sat there at halftime and I watched the girls and all of their legs were just shaking. Like, just shut up and let us go. Let us just get back out there. We got this, coach. And, the morning, they never looked up. They was just like, let's do this. And so just little mannerisms and the way they was carrying themselves let me know that for some reason, I don't know why, it was just like, yeah. This is now when it got tied 52-52, I was like, yo.
That's what I'm saying. You telling people, yeah, we got this, and then all of a sudden they come back and they tie the darn game up. Hey, man, we got to keep playing.
Right, and the thing about that is that's the way they did Mesquite and came back and beat them in overtime, correct?
Correct.
So they've been here and just done that. So they were like, this is deja vu all over again.
Yeah.
And so I think that's when Unique and Bell and them came through with some key plays, Sage with a couple threes that, just really pulled us away by 1 point.
Well, we got up and then, just watching film and scouting reports, talking to coaches, they were just saying, once you get up, don't get comfortable because, for them, they almost will allow you to get some points so they can catch their breath and then they get a second win and it's like, bam, bam, bam. And they right back into the game. And so
which is what they
every
did.
time we start running out and get a nice little run, they just answer it right back. Boom, boom, boom. And so then when they tied it up at 52, my big thing was like, hey, we can't go down because that would really get them some momentum. You know what I mean? So we were able to execute a play, get a bucket, go up, and then we were able to go up, 2 possessions. But they kept fighting. And, it was 1 possession game with, few seconds left, like 8 seconds left or whatever. It's a 1 possession game and, we're up 3. And so at that point in time, we like, hey, we just got to make sure we do what we need to do to hold on.
Right. And I think, Russell was talking about, how you consistently use 7,000 feet to your advantage.
Mm-hmm.
In the case last night, we took 7,000 feet to Phoenix.
We did,
and built to play a game like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But they showed a lot of heart. I mean,
no doubt.
The sisters, number 30 and number 3, I don't think they came out the game and it was no quit in them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they kept going. They kept fighting, even when we looked to try and take them out of the game to lessen their impact. Somebody else stepped up. The little number 20 started eating us up. And so, they had some heart. They had some fight.
That's what it takes to get to the championship game. Just anybody can't get there. So definitely give kudos to Pueblo. Number one, they went in there and knocked off the number 1 team.
Yeah.
So you got to give them kudos. They're real. So I doubt if anybody from their team is watching this, but if they do, but you never know. If they do, we just want to make sure we give a shout out to them. And we have another question for you, Coach, from Jackie Gincarella. And that question is, what was the final count of threes for Flagstaff last night?
I have no idea. Look, I can.
Oh, this is live TV. This is big time.
Look.
This is live, man.
I go right in the backpack.
Go right to the backpack.
And I can get that answer right now.
Hey, man, this is real time stuff here, boy.
So last night we knocked down, in the book it has us for 10 threes made.
Is that average?
For the season? We may make 10 on average, but we probably shot 30, 35, 40. So
well, the team is a reflection of the coach. That's
hey, just put them up. If it ain't got a top, it'll drop.
We got a comment from Andy Board. Congratulations, Tyrone. Great job.
Oh, Andy, I definitely appreciate that, man. I hope you and the family are doing well. Appreciate you tuning into the show for sure.
Hey, and he's moved. That's one of your staff members that moved, and now he's hitting you back. So that
Yeah.
just shows, man, how
Yeah.
Flagstaff, this was a Flagstaff event and something that all Flagstaffs be proud of you and the Lady Eagles, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. It was a great night. Definitely proud of the girls and want them to enjoy their moment. And then, you know, it'll be time to get back to work.
That's right. Get back to the laboratory. But you know, we
First,
talked.
we're gonna get a ring sizing, coach. Before we do all that, we're gonna get a ring sizing because Flagstaff Lady Eagles got a ring to it now.
There you go. We like that, man. Get that ring. Get that ring. But you know, we talked before playoff started. You know, we just sit around and talk, do what we do. And people were saying, oh yeah, they're gonna lose the first 2 open games on purpose so they can get back into the Final Four, which was never your thought frame, never my way of thinking, or any of the coaching staff. Is let's get to the open and show that we're one of the best teams in the state of Arizona. So point being is we got to the open, we won one in the open. Then we get back to the 4A, but I think the whole goal was to show folks that we're one of the top 10 teams in the whole state of Arizona. And Coach, I think you did that.
I appreciate that, man. And, you know, with the open division, we want to be able to compete with any. The A's, I think that we're one of the top programs in the state. And I would never go into a situation trying to lose a game on purpose to come back.
Right.
Because I think if you do that, there's no guarantee that we were going to come back to 4A and win it. You know what I mean? As you seen last night, it was very possible that we could have dropped that game. And so if for a coach to think like that or people to think like that, I don't agree with that. I mean, you know, the first round of open, we got Maya Verse to come back up here and, you know, we wanted to show and prove that, hey, we a program. She was with us her freshman year, and then she went down to the Valley. And then her senior year, she gets to come back up and she competing against us. She's at a 6A school, and we beat them pretty handily. And we want to show people that it don't matter the A's. We got some girls that come in here and they play with a lot of heart, desire, passion, and we going to compete. We went down and we played against Pinnacle, who kind of plays like us and is a very solid team. And it showed us that, okay, you may be one of the top 10 in the state regardless, but you got a lot of work to do before you get to the top 8 or top 4 or top 2. So
Right. Well, that's good, Coach. Well, you know what? I guess my last question for you is what you got planned for next year? What do you do to follow this up? Hey, Sean Scott just sent a comment and says, congrats, fellas, long overdue. And that's your boy. He was there last night.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate Scott for coming on out. And him and Sinead was over there and got to see them and get him a hug and give him some love. And me and Chantel, I mean, we ran through stuff together from knee high to a grasshopper, as they say, you know what I mean? Through our elementaries, played ball together from junior high. He was one of the first ones that told me, hang up and you this far over the rim, why don't you just turn around and dunk it? And so, you know, he been a boy, you know, just going through, man. That's my guy, and I appreciate the support and him coming out last night and sending the comment in. Much love to you. You know how we do.
Right. Hey, Russell, you made it back, huh? Yes.
Yep. It started, I think, with volleyball, and then volleyball was doing it and going to jump in the pool, and we never did it. So what it is after your last home game, you win that, and then you go jump in the pool because you won't have any more games at Flag High as you advance in the tournament. And so last year, we won our game to where we were the higher seed. Then if we would advance, we were a projected lower seed. So we went and jumped in the pool, and then we get out the pool and find out that the higher seed lost. So we were going to host again. Won, jumped in the pool, found out that the higher seed lost. We were going to host again. Won, jumped in. So people think we jump in the pool after every win, but it's after the last home game. And we on the basketball end just started last year, and we done jumped in the pool quite a bit, but Look, if it keeps us getting to championship games and having a chance to actually win a championship, we'll be jumping in the pool.
And for the record, I only jumped in the pool once. I ain't drowning. I'm not drowning.
Hey, and for the record, when we jumped in the first time this year after we beat Mountain Ridge, Unique jumped in and she went feet first and she hit her heels on the bottom. She's like, I'm like, Unique, why would you do that? You got to kind of tuck and everything. I said, you know how shallow it is. And then this last time, I jumped in and I straightened out too soon, man. I hit my heels on that. My heels got like blood. I got like blood blisters. I had aches going up through my legs. I was walking gingerly. I was like, that's what I get for scolding Unique about her jumping techniques.
Well, go the Golden Nugget question. So I'm gonna put Mr. Flag Coco on the spot, and it is now time for our Golden Nugget question of the week. So, Russell, this is a time for Coach to give us some advice. So, do you have a question to ask him that he can give us some words of advice off of?
You always set me up like that, and I always take a left turn. Well, I got a couple ideas here, but
see,
where do you go from here? I mean, I remember talking to Marcus off and on, and he'd say that you know, NAU or some community college has been calling you, trying to woo you away from Flag High. Do you see yourself still coaching at Flag now that you've got the championship and you've got all the wins and you've got the legacy? Where do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years?
5 or 10 years. Well, it really depends. I signed a contract with Coach Neal's granddaughter, who's what grade is
Macy?
Like kindergarten.
Macy's in kindergarten now.
Yeah, like kindergarten. So I signed a contract with a kindergartner about me coaching her when she gets to high school. But the stipulation is she has to play basketball. So I'm gonna wait and see if she don't end up playing basketball. I'm gonna rip up the contract and then probably pass the reins to somebody else. But so I probably got at least 4 or 5 more years in me.
Well, and the stipulation wasn't that she had to play basketball. Stipulation was if I'm gonna stay here this long from kindergarten all the way to high school, you're not just gonna play basketball. You better not miss a practice. You better not miss a game. So we'll make sure that my granddaughter makes sure understands that. And
now for Macy, she got to know this all stems on her. If she want me around, she got to do what she needs to do.
Well, I imagine there's a lot of parents and a lot of young ladies calling Macy's house right now saying, "You got to play. We want Coach Johnson to stay. We want Coach Johnson to stay." So, and all I can say to that, Coach, is from day one, when I came to you and asked you, would you be interested in the Flag High coaching job? Actually, this all started from Choo-Choo McDonald. And Choo-Choo McDonald came to me when Flag High was looking for a Lady Eagle basketball coach. He said, "Hey, Coach Neal, they're looking for a coach at Flag High. There's a meeting tonight. Are you interested in coaching the team? If you are, let's get to the meeting and get you nominated." At that time, I told him, I'm not interested, but I know who he is. And I didn't know it at the time, but I went to Coach Johnson and said, "Man," I said, "they got an opening at Flag High for the Lady Eagles basketball team. Your daughter's coming in next year. You interested?" He's like, yeah, man, I'm interested. But the only reason I'm coming is if you go with me. So I said, "All right, let's do this." And at that time, he said, "If we're going to go to the Lady Eagles and coach, we're not going to win, just beat Coconino. We're not going just to win region. If we're going to take this job, we're going to win a state championship." And that was 17 years ago, Coach?
That was 17 years ago, Coach, man. And I, just definitely appreciate you and the journey and, just sticking with it. And, just the many nights after a season where, it's tears shed, is doubts cast on what we're doing and, why we're doing it. And if we're making an impact, if we're doing the right thing, we're not winning championships or what was this. And so, 17 years later, Here it is. If you asked me in the interview when I said that we gonna bring ships to Flagstaff, you know, in my mind and naiveness, whatever it was, we were gonna do that. It took 17, and so we gonna take
it. It did, man. And I guess my point in bringing that up is just the fact that, I'm gonna be here as long as you here. If you don't fire me, you done threatened me about 200 times to fire me, man.
I done fired you. You just lucky grandma done put you back on the roster. But
yes, she did. And I'm grandma'd in. She said you can't do nothing to me. And you know what? Your aunties came all the way from Vegas last night.
Yeah.
Just to celebrate with you.
Yeah.
And they know what their mom said to you about me. So, and they already said, we got you. You ain't going nowhere. So
yeah, no doubt. And I appreciate them, you know what I mean? They did a turnaround from Vegas, and that's probably about a 5-hour trip. So they drove down for the game, watched the game, turned around, and headed right back on to Vegas. And so it was great to see them and have that support and love. And I appreciate them. I appreciate, you know, my family, you know, Julie for being there, coming to the game, Illy sending stuff. Trev sent me YouTube short, you know what I mean? He was a big Kobe fan, and he sent a YouTube short saying congratulations, but it's that famous clip where Kobe's sitting there and not smiling, up 2-0, and he said, job's not finished. Like, it wasn't nothing to smile about. And I told Trev I was going to use that in the pregame speech and throughout the game. And so that's what we focused on. Job's not finished. And so, you know, I appreciate their support. Of course, I appreciate the support of the city. Jess Herbal, she's been my right hand for many, many years. You know what I mean? And
that's right.
I can't do this without her. And you and Coach Janey and just all everybody, man, all the former players, man. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate the community for coming out, just showing love. And so, look, I know I'm past my time. So,
no, that's all right. That's a good thing, Mister. I told you, this championship Friday. You do what you want to do today, Coach. You do what you want to do. And in my pregame speech last night, when I was talking to the girls, I was explaining to them how we've sat in the same room at the Final Four games and cried after losses. Mm-hmm. Just as you talked about, literally 2 grown men sitting there, tears rolling down their eyes. And the one time they put us in the same room with that ball that looked just like that one behind you. After we had lost, they said, oh, you guys need to get dressed in here. And it was in the room with the championship ball. Told the girls last night, we had to walk out that room and leave that ball. We're bringing the ball home with us tonight. And that's what we did. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. And with that story, when they put us in that room, they almost came back to that room with some balls destroyed. So they better think about what they do to people.
Well, Coach, it's been good, man. It's been a nice ride, but we're still in the car, and we're going to ride this till wheels fall off, man. And so, and as you said, work is not done.
Yeah,
the bar just was set really high.
Yep. And now it's about getting back in there. And, you know, Russell asked what's next. It's about getting back in there and showing that we're deserving. It wasn't necessarily a fluke. It wasn't because we dropped to 4A. We want to get in and we want to compete and show that we can compete with anybody in the state. So that's what we'll do next.
That's right. Well, Coach, it's been good, man. It's been blessing, and it's everything's working well. And so I just want to let you know how proud I am of you, man, how much I appreciate you for letting me go on this ride, man. You got this old dude out hanging out with all these young folks. And so, you know, to me, I am overly blessed. And Russell, closing comments, sir?
It's been a pleasure watching this ride with you and with Danny. And I've been on board for about a decade, and I know that's only a portion of your life, even though you and I grew up in the same hometown. I'm, I think, 4 years older than you, but it's still the same hometown for the both of us. But since doing Flag Cocoa, it's been an honor and a pleasure to get to know you and Danny and your family and your kids and all your players. And cheers for many more.
Definitely appreciate everything that you're doing for, you know, Flag Cocoa and
if I had that trophy, if that trophy was in my room, I'd be going to the biggest steakhouse in town, just plopping that on the counter and saying, feed my family for the day.
Might have to take your advice on that.
Get your steak dinner at Texas Steakhouse or Little America or something. What good is it, huh?
That's right.
Very true.
That's right. So, and Coach, before we leave, we must give recognition because you had some girls that made all conference.
Yes. So we have for the Grand Canyon region, we got our senior Sage BA. She made first team all region. Our freshman Bella Burkhart made first team all region. Our junior Morning Hanani, she made second team all region. Our junior Jasmine Dugai made second team all region. And then our junior Jadine Dugai was honorable mention.
Well, that's good. And I guess maybe I shouldn't say it, but I'm gonna put it out there. It really, I don't understand how you go through conference undefeated and don't have the player of the year on your team. And there's definitely a couple girls deserving it. So they're our players of the year. We know that.
Absolutely.
The team is the players of the year.
Yes,
and the
sir.
state champions.
Yes,
So,
sir.
wait, with that, y'all, it's been a great show. And Russell, I know you want to go take care of yourself, go lay down. And state championships, baby. Look at that shirt, Coach. There we go. You got the ball, you got the shirt. We represent and work.
And Coach, I got to sing my song last night.
What's that?
Lady Eagles.
Yeah, you did. And I don't know where I was when you were saying that. I missed that, man. But good job. Good job. We got to sing that song, man. And so we're gonna keep saying it. Keep saying
Yes,
it.
sir.
So Russel Woods.
Yes, sir.
You give him time to go, man.
All too soon, man.
I know it. We got have so much to talk about, but we'll do it at another time. So it's been a blessing. Appreciate everybody for the support, everybody for showing up to the games, being here to see our show today. If you like it, please hit subscribe. Please subscribe to it, hit the like button. Same for Mr. Russel Woods and his flag Coco. And comments. Let us know what you think about the show. If you have somebody that wants to be on, hit us up, man, because we're looking for people to celebrate. So today, we celebrate you and the 2023 Lady Eagles, the 4A Arizona State champions. I don't know what you're doing the rest of the day, but you ain't got to go home, but you got to leave here. Peace.